The Super Bowl is in the books. We continue to take a look at mock drafts as the NFL draft approaches less than 3 months away. Paul Dottino, John Schmeelk. Paul, let's look at all the mock drafts up on NFL.com. They're our sister site, obviously. Let's check it out. Daniel Jeremiah, he leads the way for them. Jordan Addison, wide receiver out of USC, Paul. 59 catches, 875 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Those numbers a little bit down because he did miss some game with an injury this year.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing when we talk about the wide receivers this year, and the Giants obviously would like to enhance that wide receiver room. In terms of the Jamar Chases of the world, you're not going to find them in this draft. So you're going to have to make some concessions. And the Giants picking at number 25 overall, they're going to be looking, if they go for a receiver, with a guy who can make some plays with his speed. That's going to be a big part of this. Ball skills as well, and certainly Addison fits that the description.
And some people think Addison could be the best player at wide receiver in this draft. Other people believe it's Quentin Johnson, the big wide receiver out of TCU. That's who Eric Edholm from NFL Network has going to the Giants at 25. 6'4", 215 pounds, Paul. He can run, 60 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, the thing about him, I wrote down here, very deceptive in terms of his speed. I don't know what he's going to time at this pro day.
He's
or
a long
at the combine.
strider, yeah.
No question. So that's why you get that whole deceptive thing going. He's going to have to get stronger against press coverage because in the NFL, that's what they're going to try to do to him. So he will have to put on some beef and some of the route running because let's face it, in college, he was able to just beat guys going straight down the field.
If you're looking for the toolsy guy, he's your toolsy wide receiver in the first round. Another wide receiver, much different in terms of size. Bucky Brooks had the Giants selecting Zay Flowers out of Boston College. He was at the Shrine Game, measured in 5'9", 182 pounds, but had 78 catches, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, Paul. The question is, the Giants want another guy like that when they already have Wan'Dale Robinson in-house.
Yeah, and that's where it gets really, really tricky. We don't know if Richie James is going to come back after free agency or not, but the Giants certainly have enough of diminutive type of wide receivers in their room. Now, Flowers is a big play guy. Let's not make any mistake about it. But when I look at his stuff, I see a guy who's coming from a family of 13 siblings. You think he's competitive? This is a guy who ought to fight to get the food on the table. So you know he's going to give you everything he's got. But there is some inconsistencies in his game. And again, the overall frame doesn't necessarily fit a different style of receiver that the Giants might be looking for.
Finally, just to touch on a different position group, Paul, Ian Cummings from Pro Football Network, Otis Torrance, 6'5", 337-pound guard out of Florida. This guy's big and he moves people.
He's a road grader, you know, and if you guys remember some years ago, DJ Fluker out of Alabama, who was a tackle when he first came out of school and then he wound up moving into guard. You know, not the greatest athlete in the world, but big, strong, powerful. In the run game, he's just going to maul you as long as he keeps going straight ahead. And there's certainly a lot of people who think he's going to provide some versatility when he gets to the NFL as well.
Torrance did a great job at the Senior Bowl in Mobile during that week, too. Remember, folks, the Giants are picking 25th in the first round, but technically they have the 26th pick in the draft. That's what they'll be picking in all the rounds after the first. The Dolphins lost their first-round pick because of that tampering issue. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. Keep an eye on the mock drafts as we head towards the NFL draft.